Hey, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Tim.
I'm Rod.
And today we're taking a look at a game that was sent to us by Rio Grande called Cafe International. This plays 2 to 4 people in about 45 minutes. And the basic premise is there's a cafe with all different types of people from all around the world. And they wanted to be seated together at the best table with their people from their country. And so we're going to try to accommodate them the best that we can. So let's take a look and see what you get in the box.
All right.
All right, that's it. So, Rod, why don't you talk about the components that came with Cafe International?
Okay, so the game itself is a pretty basic game, so there's not a lot of parts to it. There's the board itself, and each table represents a country, so it has a flag. You have the people who are going to be seated. You have males and females of each country. And then you also have the points that we get, and that's over here represented by these coins.
And they look more like mini poker chips.
Yeah, mini poker chips.
Yeah. So, I mean, as parts go, it's just fine. I mean, they all do what they're supposed to do, and the representation is good. The cartoon characters are pretty funny. Looks like something from right when maybe what's Bart Simpson and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That type of cartoon.
Simpsons?
The Simpsons. Anyway, it has a Simpsons look to it, and the box comes in a nice little box, and also
The box comes in a nice box?
You should nice bag to hold all the pieces.
Yeah, so all these get shoved in there.
So all in all, I mean, nice little setup here.
Yeah, it's 1989 is when this game came out, so I think it's very reflective of that, you know.
Right.
And so all of the artwork and the style, the look and feel of all the pieces definitely feel like it's from 1989. Tim, do you want to tell us about the instructions? How hard or easy is it to learn this game?
The in-depth.
As you can probably guess from the large amount of components, this game is pretty easy to learn. So the booklet is actually pretty short. It does a great job of actually like showing you with pictures each of the combinations you can get, because the game's actually just one step, or actually 2 steps, I guess. You place a tile and you go get another tile. So it's kind of like dominoes and that kind of effect, but it's just all it really does in this instruction booklet is just go over your point combinations that you can get for the different placements of the people and the different rules about placing them. And then like some variants and stuff at the end. So it's a great instruction booklet for that because it actually uses pictures for each one of the combinations.
Cool.
All right, so this game actually won Spiel des Jahres in 1989, so it was a big hit back then. And so when we got it, we were kind of curious to see how it would play. And like Tim said, the simplicity is there. So the gameplay on this is at the beginning, I think you're going to draw like 5 tiles, maybe it is, out of the bag.
Yeah, I think so.
And so you get 5 tiles, so you're going to have a pool of people to choose from on your turn. And so then you're just going to simply place them onto the board, and you have to follow a couple rules. So one, they have to be placed around a table that matches the flag that they're with. So I would be able to place this lady here right next to her flag, and I could place her anywhere there. Next time you want to place someone at this table, the only rule that you have to follow is you have to match evenly males and females at the table. So if there's already a female there, I couldn't place another female there. I'd have to have a male. So if I didn't have that, then I would have to find a different table for her to be placed at. And so there's 2 flags for every country. And so maybe if I couldn't place her there, I could place her down there. The other thing is that all of these tables are adjoining. So there's a chair that is shared between multiple tables. And so right here we have USA, but USA is going to be right next to France. And so I could place an American either here, and it technically could be for either table. And so, but you still have to follow the same rule. I still have to balance male and female. So it's a real laid-back, casual game where you're going to be taking tiles, placing them onto the table, and trying to score points. The most points that you could possibly score is to match the flag with the person that they're at, right? So if I match the flag with the table that they're at and it balances out, then that's the best possibility of the choice. If I'm having to mix them up, then you start getting less points. And then there's also a wild in here somewhere, the clown dude. Clown dude. So if I have the clown dude, I could place him at a table and he would match wild. But also, aren't there male and female clowns? Yep. So you have to follow the same male and female rules that are there. If you don't have a place to put them on the table, then there is the bar. And so they could be seated at the bar. And at the beginning, these are actually worth points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. But then it starts going negative points. So you could actually use some strategy here on determining when you could place somebody at the bar to get the most points. But then you don't want to wait too long because then it's going to start being negative points. Because if you don't have a legal place to put someone on the board, they have to go into the bar. And it's just that simple. You keep playing the game until all the tokens have been played out, and then that's it. You score whoever has the most points wins the game. So that's gameplay. All right, so let's talk about our thoughts on Cafe International.
It's a very light game. It's one of those games that's probably good for like entry level, getting people into the gaming, right? I mean, it's a much older game. This is one of the older games that we've reviewed.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think for an entry level game, it does just fine.
It's funny, they have a rating scale on the back of the box that we were looking at, and it actually says, is this more family or more expert? It leans more family. Is this more luck-driven or more strategic? It's kind of in the middle. And is this a calm game or an exciting game? And it's definitely on the calm side. And so their rating system on the back was right on because I think that's exactly how this game plays. More family, kind of luckish, and definitely a calm, laid-back game.
Well, the one thing about the game, too, is that there's no cutthroat to it, really. I mean,
Well, you could play it cutthroat.
Well, but the cutthroat's not like...
Yeah, but you can see everybody's pieces, so you could literally play against the next person.
Right, but you're not stealing stuff from people. You
That's
know how
true,
that's the type of thing, man. When I play with certain family members, my wife, she does not like the moment that you take something away from her.
Right.
That just runs the game for her. That's to her. That's a table flipper. So not that
I would love to see that.
she would ever table flip.
I think I look at this game and it immediately makes me think of playing games as a kid with my mom.
Right.
Like Scrabble and those kind of games, the Game of Life, those kind of simple family-oriented games. And that's what this it just reminds me so much like it. Like, this is something we would have played at the table.
Right, definitely.
Parker Brothers,
Yeah.
So it's basically
Milton Bradley, all those.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so at the end of our reviews, we like to do a simple one-die rating. Should you buy it, play it, or hate it? So green means go buy this game, add it to your collection. White means you wouldn't buy it, but you definitely play it. And then red means you wouldn't buy it and you wouldn't play it because you hate it. So
Did you try to cheat?
I wanted to know what you did. All right, and go. 3-1!
That never happens either.
We all agree. Okay, so tell us why you gave it a white.
I mean, it's not something I would personally want in my collection. I don't play around with the family a lot. So for me, it's like my gaming groups is who I play with. So if my family was around it, I would play with them on this.
Yeah, I think that's the key to this. I think the person that would give this a green and definitely go buy it is a very casual gamer, somebody that's looking for something different than maybe the typical ones that you had, and this it would have some flair to them. I think that would be the person that would want a green. But for me, it's a white. I'm not going to buy this game, but I would probably play it with some family.
Yeah, mine's white for the same reason. It's not the typical game that I like to play because I like more competitive, more cutthroat. But again, this is a game that, again, example, my wife would like playing more than the other games. So I can see it coming out every once in a while I'm playing it. So will I go out and buy it tomorrow? No, but if you bring it on the table, sure, I'll play it.
Yep, there you go. Yeah. All right, so that's our review of Cafe International. Check out our website, BoardGameCloset.com. We've got a lot more reviews there. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and as always,
support your local hobby shop.
So this is a game that we decided we would only play with our families. What kind of games do you play with your families?
Tell us in the comments and let us know.
Like always, support your local hobby shop.
Do you own a hobby shop?
Support my hobby shop.
Support them. Come on up.